Doing anything just to get you off of my mind. So when I was messing with my cars this morning, I heard this song, so I was like, okay, we're gonna go with this. I'm gonna have to delete some of this shit real quick. Baby, come back. There was something in everything about you. Baby, come back. You can blame it all on me. And I just can't live without you. Ooh, yeah. And that is definitely what I'm getting. So, yes, yesterday, wearing a mask of false bravado. Yesterday, I spoke to that energy that generally finds itself being manipulated or taken advantage of. I wish to God that you were here. Today, we're going to go back to discussing why you got yourself here. The party. The party. And what you need to do right here, too. Okay. So, here's what I wrote. Didn't have any major planetary aspects that I wanted to note. Now, tomorrow, it looks like we did have some that I wrote down, which I don't know why I chose not to note anything. Please excuse my hat. It went to third grade summer school, so it looks like it. Okay, since I won't be here tomorrow, I'll let y'all know. Move on with your life. Take accountability. Let go of your ego. Allow your emotions to be felt for once. Imagine the highest expression. And then so we have the Ten of Wands. It's too heavy to carry alone. You're going to have to give it to the divine. And then I asked, what is this about? Which I guess I will start doing to get more info before I jump on here. And I got Three of Swords in reverse, Ten of Swords in reverse, King Cups in reverse, and Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So the message that came out was heartache, the death of love, and an inability to bring it back to life. Baby, come back. So why are you here? Why are you here? You know, yesterday, like I said, I talked a little bit about taking back your power. But let's also get into how you ended up in this position and how you found yourself here without your love. How did you find yourself here? And now that it is too heavy to hold, this feeling of loneliness, what should you do? How do you move forward? How to move on after a breakup? Oh, I guess that's good. I don't know if that's the question I want to ask. Let me sit for a second. Because I think yesterday when I thought about this, I was like, I need to ask, or I need to find out how to ask for help. Or, yeah, how to ask for help. How to appeal for support. You know, when you're like this, you feel like everything is overwhelming. You really feel like you're down in the pit or about to fall into it, rather. Because I'm kind of seeing somebody doing like this, like trying to keep themselves afloat. You're almost drowning, on the verge of drowning. But you know what would allow you to swim right here? Feeling. Like I said, for tomorrow. Okay, bitch. I don't even know what's happening right here with this YouTube shit, but I don't want to hear this shit. Like, I appreciate you trying to sell whatever you're trying to sell, but no, thank you. Yeah. So, like, that's the thing. It's like instead of allowing yourself to drown in the emotion, start to feel it and you will float, if that makes sense. So, what are we talking about? I guess let's get some more info on this. Let's just go deeper into this because I don't know. I feel kind of, I wouldn't say discombobulated, but like I don't have a specific. But I'm gonna have to figure out one before I put the thumbnail on there and label this. So I guess I'll get one as I go through the cards. Communication. I'm just proud of myself for showing it. You know, that Mercury retrograde had me like, oh, I ain't going outside. I ain't going over there. Cause, oh, you know what I wanted to talk about? I think just like we were talking about yesterday, of course, but like my daughter has these little friends, and sometimes they're not very nice to her, and it be pissing me off because I'm like, you didn't come to my house to play with my kid and abuse her. I hope that's not what's taking place. So yesterday, one of them got in trouble. Like her dad ended up finding out. So dad called me last night and was all emotional about it. And I just thought about what I had said about, and this was on TikTok, but I had said that manipulators were going to get uh, the rug pulled out from under them, and the manipulated was going to stand up and take back their power, like I said yesterday. And I thought that was a unique way for spirit to confirm that for me through my daughter. So yes, let's see. What are we talking about? We got the Ten of Wands. The life and got too heavy. The situation then got too heavy. You don't know what to do. You're overwhelmed. You're burdened. And you're just not sure how you're going to get out of it. So let's see how you get out of it. That's the question. How do you get out of a burdensome situation? How do you get out of a burdensome situation? Release the pressure. I am calling in support of my angels, ancestors, guides, ascended masters, my Heavenly Father, my Creator who lives in me. Hallelujah. I honor and see myself. I agree to find the path, stay the course, trust the process, and enjoy the journey. Amen, amen, amen. And I want y'all to remember too that anytime you find yourself in these situations, it's not so you can be like, oh, I'm a terrible person and I'll never have love or I'll never have the thing that I want. It's so that you can realize, and take accountability for the position that you played or the part that you played and what you've done, but for learning. It's not so you can sit in it. Just like the little song I wrote earlier this week. Everything that you're going through is really meant to grow you. It ain't supposed to hold you. You're not supposed to be hostage in it. That's not your opportunity now to be like, okay, this is just me. I'm just a dickhead. I'll always be this. No, like, honestly, that's a bad excuse to not grow, to not get better. You don't have to be this person. It doesn't have to be this way. Sorry. All right. We got the Queen of Diamonds, Queen of Pentacles. Don't let me find out I'm talking to masculine energy again. I'm always trying not to, but I feel like I'm always leaning into that where I'm like, come on, brother. Come on, brother. 7 diamonds. I'm not going to play with this commercial that keeps playing on here. Like, I understand. Like, I am too also a salesperson, but please. Okay, so this is in my way, but I want to drink it. Okay, so we've got the Queen of Diamonds and the 7 of Diamonds. So yeah, this is how do you get out of the burdensome position. How do you get out of that shit? And the 6 of Diamonds. Okay, so if we are talking to a masculine energy here, if today this message is for a masculine energy who has found itself almost in the pit because they're overwhelmed by what they're feeling and carrying the burden of recognizing that you ain't been shit, the onlyest way for you to get out of it is for you to appeal for help. If what you're wanting is for this feminine or this woman to open to you, you're going to have to come in giving, okay? And you're going to have to six of diamonds. You're going to have to come in giving, but you're also going to have to make the promise that you are going to try to grow something sustainable, that you are going to try to be an active participant in the work of the relationship in order to see it blossom in the physical. Because, you really didn't put in any work. You didn't put in any work. That's how you got here. That's why yesterday these two cups were upside down, because it wasn't reciprocal. This other party was probably doing the most to make the relationship work. And now here you are going, well, why'd you leave? I'm having to do all of this by myself now. I mean, what do you think she was doing? She probably was doing everything by herself. Or so she felt, which is part of the reason why she walked away from it. You have to take responsibility at some point for broken relationships. And you don't have to be habitual he-ho, refusal to love, um, imbalance masculine feminine energy within yourself. Like that's part of it is you also acknowledging your own feminine energy. You also too have to acknowledge your own feminine energy. Okay, so let's see what else. I don't know what this is doing. It's a totally not what I would have come on here to say, but I don't care. I just follow what the spirits say to do. So, I just find myself, and I think I told y'all this maybe last month, I just find myself sometimes when I go back and look at, when I should not put that right there because I'm going to have to get those other cards and it's going to fall over. When I find myself viewing videos, sometimes that pop up in my feed, it kind of seems like I'm talking to that same divine masculine energy. And I have not wanted to acknowledge my connection with that twin flame community, but I do think that I be on that ass. I'll be like, oh my God. But also, I feel like the divine feminine, can you look at two cups again? Also, still in motherfucking reverse. And the chariot. You probably can't see it. I feel like divine feminines, sometimes y'all giving too much. Sometimes y'all are giving too much. Pouring all your energy into trying to figure out how to help this man. And it's like, he is grown. He is grown. You are not growing yourself. You're not growing yourself if you are always focusing on how to help your counterpart grow. I think there's a misconception about what the twin flame journey even is about. It's not about getting together and having a happily ever after relationship. I mean, yeah, that's nice and cool and everything, but it's about growth for the individual who feels like they are experiencing it. Because in order for you to reach your own inner union, which is what it's about, you got to grow and expand. You got to grow and expand. That's it. Three of Swords again in reverse. Second time this week. I'm tired of that Two of Swords being at the end of the deck. Let me move it, because I don't want to see that out again. I don't want to say it again. All right. Let's see what else. How do you get out of this burdensome position that you now find yourself in because you didn't do right? Because you didn't do right. Let's see. I'm your pusher. We've got definitely. Who is that? You got, if you want to appeal to the feminine energy, you're going to have to come in with giving. You can't come in and be like, hey, I'm empty. I need to take from you. Get that bullshit out of her face. She don't want that. And that's not going to work. Hopefully, if she was able to say, just like we talked about yesterday, that she was taking back the power, she won't accept that from you because you are required to grow. You're required to grow. You're gonna have to come harder than that, bro. I don't know. Like, you're gonna have to come a little bit harder than that, bro. And like I said, hopefully the feminines in the situation are able to stand strong in their boundaries. Like, you deserve somebody who is going to give and take with you. The Eight of Swords. Ooh. It's giving, I'm afraid. It's giving, I'm afraid. Well, what are you scared of? What are you afraid of? Oh, Ten of Wands again. Just refuse to do anything laborious. God, is it that hard to stop being an asshole? Is it really that hard? I guess it is. I remember how hard it was for me to stop being an asshole. So yeah, it is hard to stop being an asshole. But like, do you want what you want or no? Eight of Cups. Woman I love desperately. I want to give her something better than me. Come on. Come on, the sun. She wants better than you. She deserves better than you. That's why you're right here. You want to be better? All right. Let's get better. Oh, let's get better. 10 of Swords in reverse. So essentially, you're not going to be able to level up. 4 Swords in reverse. You're not going to be able to level up. You're not going to be able to get back to what it is that you want, or you're not going to be able to move forward until you stop being afraid of what is new. There is a clear, I was just saying a clear and present danger, but no, it's not dangerous. It's exactly what is required to happen right here. There is a journey that you are going to go on to. You are going to go on a journey to die and be reborn. I know I talk about this all the time, but that's the only way. You cannot keep carrying those old things with you. You can't keep carrying the what's the word I'm looking for right here? The male template. How to be a man. How to be with women. How to be this shit. Like, kill that. Like I said, there's a balance that's required. So where is your feminine energy? Are you keeping it locked up because you don't feel like it is necessary or appropriate for you to be soft and for you to feel what you feel? That's why you're right here. That's why you're right here. Because you don't know how to be so in love. And that's what you are. So if you don't know how to admit and acknowledge that you don't know how to do this, but you'd like to, you're going to continue to lose out. And you don't have much time. You don't have much time. You don't. When a woman is fed up, she be tired. And she gets done. She gets done. Okay? She's be finished. There's 10 of Swords again. She's finished. As she should be. because again, once again, women do not deserve to be treated like shit. And I mean that it's a huge problem in this society that is based upon patriarchy. Look at that, the King of Pentacles in reverse. The King of Pentacles without the Queen of Pentacles, which is right here, we got the Queen of Diamonds, is a hardened asshole. Very much like a really low vibe Capricorn. I am all about my coins. I don't need anybody. If I see something I want, I'm going to get it. I don't give a fuck if I have to hit somebody over the head for it. I'm going to do it. And very much focus on manipulation. Women are valuable. Women are valuable. They're not ancillary at all. And women have always had men on a pedestal, as far as I can recall. And like, let's switch that up a little bit. How about we come to balance? How about we both realize and recognize that everyone has value and is worthy in relationships? The Magician, again, we had a Magician yesterday. It's going to take magic. It's going to take alchemy, because you have to change yourself. Otherwise, you're not going to have your help. You're not going to have your help. And it doesn't matter who it is. It could be this woman that you just lost, or it could be someone else. We got the 10 of, my light is brighter today, the 10 of Cups and the 2 of Wands. But I mean, it takes you actively choosing to change so you can move forward. Like I said, it doesn't matter if it's this relationship that has just ended, or, and again, this could not even be romantic love. This could be a boss, supervisor, or the leader of some kind of group who has really been not very nice, and people are starting to leave it. It could also be that. It doesn't necessarily have to be romantic, but it is about loss, and it is coming from the unnecessary position that has been held by this masculine energy of, I'm in charge, what I say goes, I'm immovable, I am in control, you gonna do what I tell you to do, and I don't want to hear nothing else about it. Okay, but you gotta change for you to sustain. Like, this way that you've been doing it is not going to work. Gotta show love. Like, love is the key. You can't probably see, but this has a heart locket and a key on it. And Jenny and I were talking this morning about the Imagine Dragons video, Radioactive. And in the video, like, Lou Diamond Phillips has this, it's like cockfighting, but it's like stuffed animals, right? And so ultimately, like, he has this monster eating up all these stuffed animals. And then finally, this pink bear comes and it has a heart on its stomach. I guess it's like a Care Bear type. And it uses its love to defeat this monster. So, like, when we are looking at love, like, love is a detriment to us, or, love is weakness, that is incorrect, because love is power, and love is what is able to defeat all things. Love is able to overcome everything. And if you have a distorted view of love and you think love is weak, like I said, and love is trash and you don't need it, you are going to be suffering. And I've said this before and I'm going to say it again, but when you close yourself off, you close your heart space off to love from other humans, you also close yourself off from your self-love and divine love. So your life is going to fall apart as long as you do not allow yourself to be love, to give and receive it. The Eight of Pentacles. It's gonna take some hard work, honey. It's gonna take some effort, but you can do it, and you're gonna have to. You're gonna have to, or you're gonna continue to find yourself in the same position. I feel like that's what I talked about on Wednesday when I first come back, was the Three of Swords in reverse. But if you don't change, you're going to continue to find yourself in the same position where you feel like you're alone. Like, I'm kind of getting Ebenezer Scrooge vibes. Remember, Ebenezer Scrooge was a grumpy ass old man. He had a lot of money, but he was fucking grumpy, evil hearted, grouchy, and he had lost his woman. And that was why he ended up that way. It's giving Ebenezer Scrooge. The Page of Wands in reverse. And honestly, I feel like one of the reasons why this is so hard for a lot of men is because they're afraid to cut themselves off from, look at that, Five of Pentacles and the World. And I was just about to say, you're afraid to cut yourself off from options and forsake the world by saying, yes, I am choosing one person that I am going to devote my heart to, or whatever. And that's the only way for you to come out from the cold, unfortunately. And that's not to say that you have to not have friends or associates, but like, being a forever he-ho is going to do what? Leave you empty and have you feeling like the emperor, yeah, on some level, but you still have no warmth. I got this ice box where my heart used to be. Looking at it. Said I really want to work this out, but I'm tired of fighting. Yeah. All right, let's see. One more, and then we get the oracle cards. I don't know. Like I said, I don't really know how I ended up on this conversation. I hate to talk about this twin flame shit, but maybe popping up. Like, I think it's just part of my journey, because like, being a divine feminine and being in this situation where, like, you know, you're kind of expecting somebody to come in and be your divine counterpart and they're supposed to match with you and blah blah blah, but like, I'm single, you know, and I have spent all of these years, probably about 3 years, like really growing myself and bringing myself to the position of the Empress, the High Priestess, you know, which is where we're supposed to be as feminines. And I'm okay by myself. I'm not pressed about a relationship. I'm not running after some dude. I'm not waiting for somebody to choose me. I'm not desperate. I'm not crying because I'm single. Like, I'm enjoying my life. Like, there's a plethora of things for me to get into and engage in because I'm single. And I'm creating that space for the person who can join me on my adventures. And that's why I said I feel like there's a misconception where people are waiting in a stagnant energy for somebody to come and join them. Like, that's not how it works. You're not going to be able to be at your balance while you still feel like you're lacking something. You can't lack anything. And that goes for anything you want to manifest or have come into your experience. Okay, let's get one more of these. The Five of Swords in reverse. Unfortunately, look at balance or temperance is in reverse right there. Unfortunately, one of the things that keeps people from making the movements or doing the things that they need to do is a battle in the mind. A battle between, and I think we've talked about this already, even in this reading, what is, where you've always lived, how you always been, you know, and the need, desire to change. So you're going to have to figure out how to be stronger than your fear and be stronger than the negative thoughts that you have that come in regards to what you need to do right here. Like, you're going to have to take the long journey. You're going to have to change. You're going to have to make new choices. You're going to have to learn to say, I do need a partner, or I do need somebody right here. I might even need a therapist. A lot of y'all need to go to therapy. You need to go talk about the things that happened to you when you were a small person, because there's a lot in there. There's a lot in there. You know, getting told you can't cry, calling you pussy, calling you little bitch, asking you if you're a faggot, all that shit people have done to you. So, like, you don't know how to process your feelings because you're like, if I cry, someone's gonna pop out of the closet and call me gay. No, like, you're not, crying does not equate to homosexuality. And even if you were, oh well, like, who is going to check you? It's your life. You know what I mean? Love who you want to love, you know? Michaela, I miss school. Love who you want to love. Happy Pride Month. I don't know what the hell she's doing. Like, there was no reason for that all that noise to be made. Like, what was that even? And I feel like I did say, clean up your room, or you're not going in my mouth. So when I get done with this, guess where I'm going? In there to be like, you didn't do it. I told you to do it. So let's talk about that. Let's get into that. Heareth, longing for home, homesick for the stars. We might need to read that one. But I feel like it's giving me return to love, which is what the long journey is about. Returning to the person that you were before you were scarred and abused. Because, like I'm saying, everything that people told you. The Seven Star Sisters, Birthing Creations, Tapestry of Life Expression. And that's another thing, is being able to fully express, like Earth School, being able to fully express whatever it is that you want to express. And that's why I'm saying, like, you have to change the way you look at expressing love and being tender and being emotional, and even being sometimes creative, because we cannot continue to associate creativity or being emotional or loving with oh, that's that gay shit. Because if you continue to do that, you're going to stay right here. You're going to stay right here. Your soul requires you to soften. Your soul requires you to soften, to tap into your emotions, and to connect with the divine through your feminine energy. The masculine energy has a different role. And you can't do everything that you came here to do until you're able to balance them both. I know, because I've done it. And as a woman, it's different for me, of course. Niggas. But, I mean, it wasn't easy. Especially because I grew up in a way that forced me to turn off my feminine energy. Or to lean away from it, because it's what always was getting me sexually assaulted, I felt, you know, or abused, mishandled. But I need that. It's my power. And I'm sorry if you can't handle it. If I walk into a room and you got discombobulated, that don't have nothing to do with me. Like, you have to figure out how to handle that shit on your own. You have to figure out how to deal with that. That ain't none of my fault. But it wasn't until I let myself lean into that, and it was hard. It was hard. Like, I can remember crying just thinking about, not being so hard, not being overly emotional, because that was a problem for me too, is being excessively emotional, you know. So either you can be unemotional completely or you can be overly emotional. Both of those are out of balance. Both of those are out of balance. What the hell she doing? Kayla, I'm making a video. Stop, please. Ubuntu, compassion for others. I kind of feel like that should be like a black image, but it's definitely white. Yes. And maybe that was racist. Sorry. Okay. What if you were solely defined by your compassion for others and the kindness you extended? How would your life look? How would you conduct yourself if Ubuntu, oh humanity, was solely what you were noted for? Consider how your benevolence can extend to other species and creatures. This is a time to empathize with others' journeys and put yourself in their shoes, for better or for worse. The girl pierces her own eye with the leaf, and in doing so opens the window to her soul and learns from the challenges and gifts of others' journeys. She is peaceful and reflective. There is no pain, only greater understanding and greater wisdom. Now is the time to notice others' struggles and help them. Listening with compassion and patience can ease the suffering of another person. Be defined by your willingness to put others' needs before your own, just as you would appreciate they might do in your times of need. I mean, and that's part of it. It's like there's a level of insensitivity among a lot of these fellows. Like when you tell somebody that they hurt your feelings, they're like, "Listen, this ain't about emotions. This is a business." No, motherfucker, this is about feelings too. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because anytime humans are involved, it's also too about you respecting somebody else's humanity. You're not just gonna disrespect my humanity, and I'm gonna be like, "It's fine. I know you weren't grown to be sensitive." Don't fuck that. You finna learn how to be sensitive. You finna learn how to care about other people right now today, or you not gonna be in my space, or you not gonna be in my space. Because if you can't figure out how to respect the humanity in me, please know that I respect my own humanity enough for the both of us, and I will remove my energy from your space. I will remove my energy from your space, and I'll make it easy on both of us by not being over here. Give a fuck what it's for. Business, love, fun, friendship. Hey, if I feel like my humanity is being disrespected, it ain't gonna be over here about you. Because I give a damn about myself. I care about me. Finally. And I didn't for a long time, and I was putting other people before myself, and I was making sure that other people were comfortable, and I just don't do that anymore. I just don't do that no more. And ain't gonna go back to it. Follow your dreams. Oh, 85. Follow your dreams. Let's see. This card indicates a time to reach for the stars, follow your dreams, whatever they may be. By drawing this card, you are being encouraged to put your hopes and dreams at the forefront of your mind and to believe without a doubt that they are really coming true. Pay no mind to poverty consciousness. Come on. Fear or competition? Absolutely, because the universe is abundant and there is no limitation, even though you have no control over how or when things will unfold. Divine timing and order will ensure that everything serves your greater good. Let go of expectations, excuse me, and embrace the magic and the mystery. For in celebrating the unknown, you will attract synchronistic opportunities, even when you feel as if success is way beyond your reach. Never give up on your dreams because they will really come true. Your dreams are already set in motion and are unfolding in perfect timing. They cannot be taken away because they are already karmically etched in stone. And I think that's part of it too. Like, some people, it's like their desires are so overwhelming because they're so far outside the scope of what they've been allowed to do or what they were told they were able to do. So when sometimes when relationships happen, especially in this twin flame journey, people get overwhelmed by what it feels like and they're like, I don't want to experience this. And it's impossible for me to find somebody that aligns with me that well, that will accept me, that is appreciative of what I'm bringing to the table, blah 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 blah. Let me now fuck it up, just like we talked about self-sabotage the other day. And this is why, because there's a disbelief. But like I said in my note, believe in the highest vision, believe that it can really take place, and then don't fuck with it. Don't mess it up, especially not on purpose. And go to therapy, please. Going to therapy could be the key. Talking to a professional about how you sabotage yourself could be the key. I met somebody recently who's writing a series called Soulmates, and kind of aligns with what I'm talking about. Just like, he's looking at the feminine and the masculine energy, and as it starts, the man is going to therapy to kind of overcome some issues in order for him to have a relationship, because he be fucking it up. She's doing it on purpose. Three of Pentacles. Yes. We're talking about collaboration. Three people work hard to complete a brick window. One person lays a brick in the foundation, another hoists up a brick to their companion. A third hangs from a sling balanced at the edge of the window. Three people work hard to complete a window frame. Each has part in the puzzle, and it requires everyone to be their best. If one loses focus, then the whole process falls apart. Their teamwork is a resource they can draw on to make sure the project gets finished. The purple wraps on their head keep their heads from being hurt. The lesson this card offers is that teamwork is the key to success. Collaboration, teamwork, and commitment to a cause, hard work. That is really the key. Like I always say, when we're talking about, even if it's, excuse my tummy, even if we're not talking about divine counterparts or the relationships that feel like they're cosmically ordained or connected, each person in the relationship needs to be able to find their own light, stabilize that, and then come together to create one unit, right? A lot of times people, and I see a lot of men and women do this, but when it comes to men doing it, they're really taking from their partner, sucking their light from them so that they can have some light. But you've got to figure out how to be your own divine light in order for you to be at the balance. So that's what this is about. So like I said, go to therapy, talk to somebody, admit to the person that you have wronged, hey, I wronged you. It's because I don't know how to love. It's because I don't know how to love. What was that? Yesterday? The day before? I can't remember. It was one of them days where I was talking about self-sabotage, yes. And, just be honest. Just be honest. Like, this is not something that I've done before. I really am fucking it up. And I'm sorry. Because you deserve better than this. That's if this person is talking to you. Because a lot of times, When somebody walks away, they done. There's nothing you can do to make somebody reopen to you. There's nothing you can do to make somebody reopen to you once they've closed off. That person has to decide if they can trust what you are bringing in. That's why I said you definitely need to be giving and not taking. So don't come with that shit. I need help. She probably don't give a fuck, to be honest. Like, just come with the truth. Hey, man, fucked it up. And she probably say, yeah, you did. How can I help you? You know what I mean? What do you need from me right now? Because I already knew that. I was already knowing. So yeah, we'll see. I don't know. Anyway, this was fun. I'll be back next week. I got the week ahead to do on the weekend. But I also have basketball tournaments, so ain't no telling. And I have some client work that I need to complete and organize myself because, child, one of my clients is a man. A man. And so he acts like this, like what I'm talking about. So it's a lot. All right. Yes. So I will see you later. And don't be a self-hater. You know how to find me if you need me. I had a good time this week doing this. So yes, I will see y'all next week. And I love y'all. Be well. Bye bye.